just been asked to give a short talk on missions. Missions quite often in church setting is seen as like a separate outreach, but for me, missions is just the very heart of God. And really, whether it's a mission to another country or really missions is about reaching the lost. And there's lost, people live next door to us, there's lost in our own towns. So missions is not, mission should be our core objective in the whole reason we do church and have church, is to reach the lost. Surely this is just at the heart of God. I guess, we go to church, people go to church for many reasons, to try and become more successful in life, or to deal with their own issues and sense of guilt and failure. And God addresses all those issues, but surely the whole purpose of church is missions, is to reach the lost. In 2 Peter 3, chapter 3, verse 9, God says that, the verse says that God is not slack concerning his promise, for he is not willing that any should perish, but all that should come to a knowledge of him. So this is the very heart of God. We see it again, in John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever is whoever comes to him. John was talking to Jesus was talking to his disciples in John chapter 10, verse 16. And before he was about to go, and he said these words, saying, I have sheep that are not from this fold, and I must bring them also. So Jesus was thinking not just in the term of the Jewish nation or even the 12 disciples, but he was looking at the big picture of the lost. We know in Revelation it says, that around the throne of God for all of eternity, there'll be a great multitude that no one could count, but there'll be people from every nation, every tribe, every people group, every language group. And so missions is not just something we do as a church, but it's at the very heart of God and God's love for the whole world. For me, missions it should just be our core part, not just something we do to tick a box, but it's really the core of our being, whether we're able to travel overseas or not. But surely missions can start in our own neighbourhood, in our own homes, in our own communities.